73% of the United States federal budget goes out on autopilot.
The three most successful currencies of the last 500 years, each of which served as the world's reserve currency, have been consistently devalued versus gold.
Monetarium 2 took place in Washington, D.C., and we had 2 days of conference with presentations in the morning, roundtables in the afternoon, and then dinner and socializing in the evening.
One of the best things about it was you had individuals from almost every aspect of the possible ecosystem.
As you can see, we're at an extreme imbalance that, if you look back in history, has happened multiple times and mean reverted multiple times.
Monetarium 2 really had 2 parts, Plan A and Plan B. Plan A being, how do we fix the fiat system? How do we pay down the national debt and preserve the US dollar? And Plan B being, if that's for some reason not possible, if we don't manage to pull that off, what sort of backup options might be out there?
Can we build a programmatic portfolio that tracks inflation? The answer is overall, yeah. It seems like we can, which is nice.
Guest speakers are really diverse. So from TradFi, from crypto, and it's a really nice merge. And probably this is the first time where I've seen this discussion so open, so enthusiastic.
What used to be deficits rising just to stabilize and reignite the economy in times of turbulence, war, and recession has now turned into increasing, worsening deficits just to keep things afloat. And that's kind of when you know it's starting to become a problem, when you just have to continue what you used to do as emergency measures just to keep the music playing.
The system as it functions today is clearly not supporting the dollar being safe.
If you ask anyone who's really thought about this, what our backup options are today, pretty much this is what you hear.
I think Monetarium gathers a very interesting crowd. I think people really thinking on the long term of the financial system.
I've really enjoyed the conference. Everybody's been talking sense. And yet, we're challenging, pointing out what's wrong with the status quo.
We've borrowed $30 trillion and it took us 250 years to do so. And now we're talking about borrowing $25 trillion over just the next 10 years. We have a problem.
Please join me in welcoming Chief Counsel to the SEC Crypto Task Force, Michael Selig.
Both the chairman and Commissioner Purse have advocated for an innovation exemption, which would create this space, right, where companies can come in, rely on this exemption, develop novel products, for example, in the tokenization space, develop platforms for trading various types of novel products or through novel execution methods that maybe would be incompatible with existing regulations.
It's an intimate setting, but the quality of the people here are just truly exceptional. Some really great macro thinkers, some really great innovators on the crypto side.
In my book, I considered gold and Bitcoin as the alternatives. Today, I'm going to consider other asset-backed currencies.
The prospect of actually fixing the debt situation and saving the dollar is, so daunting. It's such a big task. And similarly, building an alternate system that really saves the day seems almost equally challenging, or maybe even more. And Monetarium is a community of people who are bold enough and crazy enough to think hard about how to do all that, and I think smart enough that they just might be able to pull it off. So if that's something you're into, I definitely invite you to come hang out with us and see what it's all about.